Hey you guys, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my November TBR. And I know it's like November 11th and this should have been out like the first week of November, but here we are on the second week of November and it's fine. It's grand. It's totally wonderful. Well, I've started reading these books already. I finished one book already and I'm an emotional wreck still, and I reread a chapter that ruined my life and I'm just not ready for I just can't do this. Like, this series has completely destroyed me. Before I babble, let's just jump right into the video. So the first book on this TBR was the book that carried over from October. I almost said September. It's fine. But from October, and I finished it in early November, and I am an emotional wreck still, and it didn't help that I read like the last chapter where that one thing happens to that one character, and when I show you the book, you guys will all understand. But that is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. And for those of you who don't know, this is the last book in the trilogy of A Court of Thorns and Roses series. And I, like I said, am an emotional wreck. Like, this is just like, so, I don't want to give it away too much as like the last book, but Feyre goes back from her ordeals in Court of Mist and Fury to the Spring Court to kind of like work on the stuff she needs to, like, she has an agenda this time around returning to the Spring Court, and this is kind of her fulfilling it, and then there's a war, and I can't get too much into it without revealing a lot of spoilers, but I am going to have like a full series review up sometime soon. I want to say next week, but we will see. But I'm, like I said, I'm still an emotional wreck, you guys. Like, when that one thing happens to that one character, and then the other thing happens to the other character, and then all the things happen to those characters. I just need a hug. I need all these characters to be alive so I can just give them all hugs. Even Tamlin, even though Tamlin was a jackass towards the end, but I just need to give them all hugs and be like, it's okay. You guys will all find your happy endings. I'll make sure of it. I'll even write the fan fiction for it. It's fine. But yeah, I finished the book and I'm an emotional wreck still, and I don't know how I'm like just functioning as a human being, honestly. Like, I couldn't tell you how this is how I am up ever since finishing this book. And like, the next book on this list is also a book that I have started. I'm kind of 100 and so pages into it, and I don't know why it took me so long to get to the third book. I just don't know. But that is Blue Lily, Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater. And for those of you guys who don't know, this is the third book out of the Raven Boys series. And this kind of involves more, and if you guys don't know what the Raven series is, it's about these four boys, and Blue Sergeant, who is like somewhat on the cover of this book, looking for this Welsh king. Yes, what I said is correct. And it's like, I just love Maggie Stiefvater's writing. It's so beautiful, and like the characters are so vibrant. And I don't know why, like, these books are so small, and like I could probably blast through them if I tried, but there's something about Maggie Stiefvater's writing that takes me forever to get through. Like, I started this probably last week, and I thought I'd be halfway by now, and I'm only on page 100, and there's 400 pages? 300. There's about, I'm gonna just say about 400 pages. Yeah, 390. 391. We're gonna round. But it just takes me forever to read through, and it makes me so unhappy. Like, not in a bad way, because I like it when I can take my time with books, but I also just really love this series, and I love the characters, and I just want to blast through it, but I can't, because I'm like, I have to read everything, because there's so much foreshadowing in this series, so much stuff that happens with the characters individually and emotionally, that if I don't take my time to read through it, I'm just going to be like, well, what happened? Like, what happened? But hopefully I'll be finishing this up soon. And I think this is also going to be another, like, one of those series that I'll be, like, doing a full series review for. Excuse me. Ooh. So hopefully that'll be out when I get to the Raven King. But I don't know how long this book will take me. I'm hoping, like, another week. But I don't know. Her writing just seems to get to my heartstrings. And I just want to, like, take my time with it and, like, just keep reading it until the end. So, like, the world ends. That's not possible. So the next book on my November TBR is another book that I bought a couple months ago, and I meant to get to it last month, but I didn't, so here we are. And that is Keeping You a Secret by Julie Ann Peters. And for those of you who don't know, this is like an kind of a coming out story. She's trying to like, she meets this girl and she's like, well, kind of like, am I gay? Am I not gay? And I believe she's like 16 or so. She's pretty young. She's still a baby. And when I mean baby, I mean like a minor. I don't mean like baby as in child, but I'm really excited to kind of read this book just because like a lot of the books that I have seen, especially YA, tend to be focused around like boys falling in love with one another, and I haven't seen a really like interesting female relationship that is lesbian centered and coming out in a sense. I don't know how much I'm going to enjoy it because I think I saw some mixed reviews on Goodreads, but I'm just excited because I've been trying, as a member of the community, you think I'd be reading more LGBT stories, but sadly they're not all that popular in like YA fantasy, or like there isn't a lot of them, so it's a little difficult for me to find some, so I think I might have to dip my toes into more contemporary. But I'm excited to read it. This is probably going to be like my first contemporary LGBTQIA plus read of the year? Yes, of the year. Ooh. It's November, you guys. Oh, that makes me sad. It's fine. 2018, we're going to read all the gay. All the gay. But like I said, I'm really excited to read this, and hopefully I will fall under those reviews of everyone who really enjoyed it and not the other way around. But we'll see. So the last book on this TBR is a book that I bought like 2 years ago, and I meant to get around to it because like I need to learn more about like the mythology of fairies and whatnot as I'm writing a book about fairies. But that is because I bought this while I was in Ireland studying abroad, and when I got home, I wasn't prepared to let it go. But here I am 2 years after the fact, having some separation anxiety and deeply missing the beautiful, beautiful land of Ireland. So I'm just gonna pick up the last 2 books I bought while I was there and hopefully sob hysterically because it was... Oh, I miss you, Ireland. I just miss you. But that is the Book of Fairy and Folk Tales of Ireland, which is compiled by W.B. Yeats. And like I said, I started reading this when I got home from Ireland, but I wasn't prepared to put Ireland away when I got home. And I'm still not prepared. Like, I have flashbacks. I have dreams of going back. And it was just a grand old time. But like I said, I'm writing a story about, like, fairies. So I thought, like, why not get into kind of the heart of fairy tales and whatnot, and like kind of the origin, so I know like where I can mess around with it, if that makes sense. And yes, I know that I have the price tag on there, but it won't come off, and I don't want to destroy the book. But yeah, I'm really excited to get back into this. I tried reading it a while ago, but I wasn't in the mood for it. But I am back in the mood. I think it's like November. I don't know why my mind's like fairy tales in November, but I think it's just like that time of the year for me. So that is it for my November TBR. It is kind of a short TBR, and I want, like I said before, I want to make my TBRs like gradually bigger, but since November is kind of like a busier time of the month for me because like finals is around the corner and then midterms around here and projects are everywhere, it'd probably be best to leave it at 4, and I'll probably expand it if I finish before the month ends, but who knows. So if you guys have any recommendations for things I should be reading in October, or if you have read any of these books and want to like give me a very brief kind of very brief, and I mean very brief, like a very brief synopsis of your thoughts, a very brief summary of your thoughts, that'd be great. No spoilers because I haven't finished reading any of these books except for the one that has ruined my life. But yeah, that's kind of it. If you guys have any if you guys have any more recommendations or have any of these books have piqued your interest, or if there's anything you're excited for, leave a comment down below and subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. I'm trying to post more on Saturdays and Tuesdays. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Bye.